everybody. I'm Ricky Nelson. I have a deal with my mom. She lets me eat chocolate cake if I brush my teeth with Listerine Anazyme toothpaste.
Listerine, the most widely used antiseptic in the world, and Antazyme, the first all-day anti-enzyme toothpaste, presents The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, starring the entire Nelson family. Here is Ozzie, who plays the part of Ozzie Nelson, and of course his lovely wife Harriet as Harriet Nelson. The older of the Nelson boys, David, appears as David Nelson, and his younger brother, the irrepressible Ricky, played by Ricky Nelson. The Nelsons' next-door neighbor, Thorny, is played by Don DeFore.
His Honorable Royal Master, David Nelson.
What the heck is this?
His Honorable Royal Master, David Nelson. Don't mind him, he's only my little brother.
This is what I call service.
Fellas? Oh, hi,
Hi, Pop.
What the heck is this?
His Honorable Royal Master, Ricky Nelson.
Oh, that's okay, Stan. It's not in the rules you have to wait on him anyway.
Leave him alone, will you, David? This is really living.
What's going on here? Our club is having our initiations, and Stan here is one of the pledges assigned to me. Stan, this is my father.
Oh, hello there, Stan.
I mean, he's not allowed to talk except to say, His Honorable Royal Master, David Nelson.
Hi, dear.
Oh, hi.
Lunch is ready, boys.
Mom, this is Stan.
Oh, hello, Stan.
And he can't talk. He's being initiated into our club tonight.
Oh, that's too bad. Whose idea was that?
Well, it's a regular procedure. See, if the pledges can't talk, then they can't complain about anything. Pretty smart, huh?
Sounds pretty dumb to me.
Nobody asked you. Besides, he can say something.
Hey, that's right. I almost forgot. Tell me, Stanley, who's the dumbest guy in town?
His Honorable Royal Master, David Nelson. Hey, wait a minute. You're only supposed to do the things I tell you.
I like this way better.
Well, anyway, your time's about up, Stan. You can go home and eat now if you want. Or you can talk, too. Honest? Sure. Well, do you have any liniment? My back's killing me. Why don't you wait for the initiation? You may have a spot where you'll need it more. Yeah, maybe you're right. Well, so long, Dave, and thanks a lot.
Well, wouldn't you like to stay and have lunch with us, Stan?
No, thanks, Mrs. Nelson. I gotta be hurrying home and get ready for the initiation. My mother's gonna sew a pie plate in the seat of my pants. Goodbye.
He's a nice boy. Come on, fellas. Say, David, you don't really paddle the boys, do you?
Oh, no, Mom. We just tell them that to scare them. We have a pretty rough initiation, though.
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, it's a secret, Mom, but we all had to go through it.
Sure, it's like the college initiations.
Well, don't any of the boys complain about this rough treatment?
Oh, they complain if it wasn't rough. That's part of the fun of joining the club.
I'm afraid I just wouldn't join.
Harriet, we're a nation of club joiners. That's part of our American heritage. Boy, I never will forget some of our fraternity initiations in college. You sure were rugged.
Last month, we had a great initiation. We made the guys eat worms. Worms? You see, we dig up these worms out of the ground, then we put them in this big pan and blindfold the guy. Never mind.
I will forget one part of this fraternity initiation of ours. They blindfolded us, and they took us out in the middle of the lake, and they put us up on this big high ladder.
In the middle of the lake?
It must have been pretty deep.
Well, it wasn't exactly in the middle of the lake, but it was in the middle of the winter. I remember that because the lake was frozen over.
They just leave you up on a ladder, Pop?
Not for long. They shook the ladder, and we all fell right down onto the frozen lake.
Holy smokes. Yes, holy smokes. Didn't it hurt you, Pop, when you hit the ice?
Oh, well, it was very thin ice, so we broke right through and went into the water.
Well, weren't you lucky?
It was pretty rugged, all right.
So was eating those worms. Well, it seems like an awful lot of misery to go through.
Oh, Harriet, not really. It all comes under the heading of good, clean fun.
Sure, we washed all the dirt off them.
I think the craziest part of our initiation was the paint. They painted the fellows all different colors. Of course, it was paint that comes off pretty easily.
That sounds like a good idea. You must have had a lot of fun, Pa.
I'm sure. Falling in the icy lake, painting each other, it sounds absolutely barbaric. And just to join a club. You're in a club, aren't you, Mom? That woman's club? Well, if you mean the ladies' auxiliary, yes, but I'm afraid our initiation isn't quite so drastic. What do you have to do? Drink a cup of tea. Gee, don't they even put any mustard in it? I'm afraid we're just a bunch of sissies.
Well, that's probably why the membership is falling off. The initiation isn't tough enough.
Well, if you ask me, it's that dingy clubroom we have to meet in. That's enough to frighten anybody away. I don't think it's seen a coat of paint in years. Those worms were pretty frightening, too, boy.
Oh, why don't you cut it out? That's the oldest trick in the world.
What trick is that?
The one where you show them the can of worms and then blindfold them and feed them spaghetti.
Okay, blabbermouth, tell everything. Just when I had Mom worried, too. You want to know something? You sure did, boy.
Well, there's sure a lot of excitement around our house.
Really? What's going on?
Boys are having their initiation tonight.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to Dave and Rick about that a while ago. I was telling some of the crazy things we used to do when we were kids.
Same with us.
You know, the more I think of it, though, some of our initiations are really rough.
Well, I think ours are about as messy as they come. I came home soaking wet and absolutely covered with mud.
Really? What'd they make you do?
I had to push a potato down College Avenue with my nose.
Well, that doesn't sound so messy to me.
Well, it is when you come to an open manhole.
You should have seen me after our initiation, Thorny. My arms were black and blue. My nose was all red.
No kidding. They really must have given you a rough time.
Oh, it took me about 3 days to get all the paint off.
Well, wait a minute. I don't know what I'm laughing about. My boy Will's one of the pledges.
Oh, so what?
So what? Well, David's a full-fledged member. Not only that, I understand he's head of the initiation committee.
Well, what difference does that make?
Well, supposing things get a little out of hand. I hate to be a sissy about these things, but I want to make sure Will doesn't have too rough a time of it.
Oh, now, just a second, Thorny. The kids are all in this together. I mean, just because Dave and Will happen to be good friends doesn't mean that Will can expect any big favors from Dave.
Well, now, wait a minute, Oz. I didn't mean he should expect any big favors.
Well, just what did you mean, then?
Well, any crummy little favor will do. Making sure they don't run out of spaghetti before they get to it.
Stop worrying. When I was talking to Dave and Rick a while ago about some of our harrowing experiences, I could see that Dave was very impressed about the whole thing. I'm sure they'll just have some sort of a mild ceremony.
You really think so?
Oh, sure. I mean, David is a real level-headed kid, and he's in charge of things.
Well, you're absolutely right about that level-headedness. And you know something, Oz? I wasn't worried about this at all.
Well, there's no reason why you should be, Thorny.
I wasn't. I have absolute confidence in David's judgment.
Ezra 10:10. Now when Ezra had prayed, and when he had confessed, weeping and casting himself down before the house of God, there assembled unto him out of Israel a very great congregation of men and women and children, for the people wept very sore. 2. And Shecaniah the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, answered and said unto Ezra, We have trespassed against our God, and have taken strange wives of the people of the land, yet now there is hope in Israel concerning this thing. 3. Now therefore let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives, and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of my Lord, and of those that tremble at the commandment of our God, and let it be done according to the law. 4. Arise, for this matter belongeth unto thee, we also will be with thee, be of good courage, and do it. 5. Then arose Ezra, and made the chief priests, the Levites, and all Israel, to swear that they should do according to this word, and they sware. 6. Then Ezra rose up from before the house of God, and went into the chamber of Johanan the son of Eliashib, and when he came thither, he did eat no bread, nor drink water, for he mourned because of the transgression of them that had been carried away. 7. And they made proclamation throughout Judah and Jerusalem unto all the children of the captivity, that they should gather themselves together unto Jerusalem. 8. And that whosoever would not come within 3 days, according to the counsel of the princes and the elders, all his substance should be forfeited, and himself separated from the congregation of those that had been carried away. 9. Then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together unto Jerusalem within 3 days. It was the 9th month, on the 20th day of the month, and all the people sat in the street of the house of God, trembling because of this matter, and for the great rain. 10 And Ezra the priest stood up, and said unto them, Ye have transgressed, and have taken strange wives, to increase the trespass of Israel. 11 Now therefore make confession unto the Lord God of your fathers, and do his pleasure, and separate yourselves from the people of the land, and from the strange wives. 12 Then all the congregation answered and said with a loud voice, As thou hast said, so must we do. 13 But the people are many, and it is a time of much rain, and we are not able to stand without, neither is this a work of 1 day or 2, for we are many that have transgressed in this thing. 14 Let now our rulers of all the congregation stand, and let all them which have taken strange wives in our cities come at appointed times, and with them the elders of every city, and the judges thereof, until the fierce wrath of our God for this matter be turned from us. 15 Only Jonathan the son of Asael and Jehaziah the son of Tikvah were employed about this matter, and Meshullam and Shabbatai the Levite helped them. 16 And the children of the captivity did so. And Ezra the priest, with certain chief of the fathers, after the house of their fathers, and all them by their names, were separated, and sat down in the first day of the 10th month to examine the matter. 17 And they made an end with all the men that had taken strange wives by the first day of the first month. 18 And among the sons of the priests there were found that had taken strange wives, namely, of the sons of Jeshua the son of Jozadak, and his brethren Maaseiah, and Ilzah, and Jarib, and Gedaliah. 19 And they gave their hands that they would put away their wives, and being guilty, they offered a ram of the flock for their trespass. 20 And of the sons of Immahanani, and Zebadiah. 21 And of the sons of Haram Maaseiah, and Elijah, and Shemaiah, and Jehiel, and Uzziah. 22 And of the sons of Pashur Elienai, Maaseiah, Ishmael, Nethaniel, Jozabad, and Elasa. 23 Also of the Levites Jozabad, and Shimei, and Kalaiah, the same is Kalita, Bether, Judah, and Ilzah. 24 Of the singers also Eliashib, and of the porters Shalom, and Telem, and Uri. 25 Moreover of Israel, of the sons of Paroshramiah, and Josiah, and Malchiah, and Myamin, and Eleazar, and Malchijah, and Benaiah. 26 And of the sons of Elam Mattaniah, Zechariah, and Jehiel, and Abdi, and Jerimoth, and Eliah. 27 And of the sons of Zatueliah, Eliashib, Mattaniah, and Jerimoth, and Abad, and Aziza. 28 Of the sons also of Babai Jehohanan, Hananiah, Zabai, and Athli. 29 And of the sons of Bani Meshullam, Maluch, and Adaiah, Jashub, and Sheel, and Ramoth. 30 And of the sons of Pahath-Moab Adnah, and Sheel, Benaiah, Maaseiah, Mattaniah, Bezaleel, and Binui, and Manasseh.